Welcome to the Business Empowerment Podcast, the show that keeps you in the know with what you need to know in business and technology and for yourself so you can grow. Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Rob House, and my co-host, Wilton Rogers, got insight for miles. Miles and miles. We'll give you what you need to know.
Get ready for the Business Empowerment Podcast.
Bam! Somebody said, when you want to talk, turn the mic on or take the mute off, And if you do both, you're really in business. What is going on, good people? Welcome to the Business Empowerment Podcast. I'm your host, Rob House. My co-host, Wilton Rogers, is dealing with some great things in life right now, so he couldn't be here. He might be able to swoop in, but it's okay because we got a great guest, man. We got a great guest today. My man, Chris Christofi, is doing some tremendous things, and I just get inspired by his work. And so I want you to share this out. YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, share this. Because sharing is caring. And you never know who might be inspired by what we talk about. And so what I want you to do, what we do every time on the show, we bring guests on and they have a story. They have insight. They have things that they have experienced. And very often someone's experience can be what pushes you forward, gives you just enough, encouragement, or just that little bit of insight you might have needed to be able to make the best move. So let me read a little bit of this brother's profile here. Let me see. So Chris Christofi. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing that right when he comes on too. All right, so what I do, this is under his LinkedIn profile. I encourage you to go and follow this brother, and we'll have his links. As a matter of fact, Dimitri, if you can drop Chris's links in here, a link to his profile, that'd be great. So about Chris, what I do, he's a multi award-winning entrepreneur, international speaker, property investor, wealth coach, philanthropist, which is really fantastic, and a best-selling author. These are all great. From starting my first job at the age of 10 to being a multimillionaire, owning 8 properties by my early 20s, I lost it all. Ain't that something else? And started my first business in my parents' house at the age of 25. And we're going to talk about that. Reventon. And we're going to make sure I'm pronouncing that right as well. This guy was at $348,000 in debt. Okay? But he flipped the script. Turned it around. Sometimes you got to turn your stress upside down. That's how you turn that frown upside down. That's how you get it. Reventon is one of Australia's most well-known property and finance companies, founded in 21st of March 2005. Guess what? In 2020, it proudly celebrated 15 years in business. Now, I want to name a couple of these accomplishments because I think accomplishments are important. I'll tell you why. Not to say, hey, look at what I did, guys. Look at me. I'm doing things. But more like, hey, look at what I did, guys. Hey, I'm doing things. Hey, if you want to know something, maybe I can share. Maybe if you get in line, I can help you. Maybe we can work together. You see what I mean? So it's good to see what people are doing. So over $1 billion in sales. He's helped over 3,000 clients. Currently over $700 million under management in investments, assets, and finance. He's a best-selling author of Your Path to Wealth, Brick by Brick. We're going to talk about that brick by brick. What is that? I think it sounds like step by step. Step by step. Ooh, baby. You guys don't even know that. Somebody was like, guess what? What are you doing? That's 1980s, folks. Running over 10 businesses and brands. Chris Christofi, man, is coming to the show. My brother, thank you for being here. What's up?
Thanks for having me, man.
Great to have you here, man. Great to have you on the show. Chris, man, listen, success leaves clues.
Always does.
That's what Jim Rome said, and that's Tony Robbins' mentor, which is your mentor's mentor, right? Jim Rome said, success leaves clues. And I like to say, well, we should follow the trail. So, man, welcome to the show. And I think this is going to be a show where people can get a chance to see the trail, follow some of the things you're doing, maybe get inspired by your mindset. First, tell everybody who Chris is, man, and why you do what you do.
Well, I'm born in Melbourne to two Cyprian parents. I moved over to Cyprus when I was 9, came back when I was 16. I got into property when I was 19, wealth creation, fell in love with the process, just became obsessed in it, was working round the clock, ridiculous hours, 24/7 to learn everything about property and educate myself. Started doing well, been in sales for a very long time, got my first job, as you mentioned, when I was 10, selling scratch tickets on the streets of Cyprus.
Wow.
32 tickets my uncle would give me on consignment. I had to pay him for 32 as my profit. So on the weekends when I wasn't at school, I'd be selling tickets on the streets. And I always had an ability to go talk to people and just, how you going? Buy them some tickets. They're the lucky tickets. I used to sell. And I used to make great money. At the age of 13, I started playing snooker and pool, which I became very good. Started hustling on a pool table. So I was making money, revenue there as well. Plus I was working. Never really good at school. I was only ever good at maths. Maths, I have an affinity for numbers and maths.
That's helpful.
Yeah, it's the only thing that I understand and read. I can read numbers. So my dad owned the supermarket. When I was 13, which I worked in, I could understand how to purchase orders, how to speak to the sales consultants. I was selling videotapes there as well. That's how long ago there was video VHS tapes. So I just fell in love with business and fell in love with selling. But I fell in love with communication. I love talking to people, and I love, getting to know people, how you got to where you did, what was your setbacks. And as I said, got into real estate when I was 19. I bought 1 property, bought 2, bought 3, bought 4, bought 5. I got to 8 properties when I was 23. Company I worked for went into receivership, owed me $780,000. My income was around about $300,000-$400,000 a year. I was very good at selling. I lost all of it. I had a son who was a year and a half old, who I almost lost. He got bacterial meningitis. He almost died in this. This all happened within a year.
Whoa.
So I went from penthouse to no house in about a year.
Good gosh.
So yeah, it was a challenging time for making all this money and having all these properties.
Right.
To losing it all, moving into my parents and almost losing my son. So that was a challenging time for me.
But it's like, so you had these challenges, man. You had these challenges, and it sounds like, obviously you came out on the other side of the challenge, but it's like, it's hard, and you did it. Do you understand how? A lot of people don't. Oh,
I didn't understand how. There was two options. I'm going to die or I'm going to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was just, I knew what I needed to do. And having a son who was only a year and a half old, I'm not going to quit, because what message am I giving my son? That it's okay to quit, that it's okay to, when tough times are at their hardest, I think that's when you see what someone's made of. Pressure, extreme pressure forms diamonds. So as an entrepreneur, when things are tough, you just need to do 2 things: show up and be prepared to work. And if you're in that mindset and you understand you might lose, but you're going to go forward and win.
Yes.
And I had that mindset as a kid, I guess.
So you had it as a kid, and then you brought it into business. And so now you have these. So you made the money, lost the money, but now that you have it, a lot of this revenue goes out to helping people. Because what I want to do is, people go through things and then they come out, all right? But then when people come out, I think it's very important that you reach back, right? Especially when you come out. Reaching back is a big thing, and you're big on the reach back one. And we're going to talk about what you do for business, but let's talk about what you do for the community.
Look, that's part of my purpose and part of my why. I love being in a position, being privileged to be able to give back, both my time and financially. I think all good leaders or all good human beings should do this. This is a non-negotiable for me, and I've seen a lot of people, that high echelon of society, that give back, some that don't. And I realized who I wanted to associate with, but also my father was always the opinion, if I've got 2, I should give 1. or I should give to, I should share that. So I knew that I had a drive to create jobs, to create revenue, but also I wanted to give that back. So I think you're referring to the Vinny CEO sleep out, which I do. I'm in my 4th year doing at the moment, and giving back to the homeless in Australia, which is a big issue.
Oh man, go back to that. No, what is that called again? What is that initiative called?
St. Vincent's de Paul's is the organization. It's called Vinny's. Once a year, they hold a fundraiser called the Vinny's CEO Sleep Out, where they raise a lot of money. So they get a bunch of CEOs up to 1,700 to sleep out. They raise money, and that money goes towards the work that St. Vincent de Paul's does, which is a worldwide organization. So I play a small part in such a big job, and they're just fantastic people, St. Vincent's de Paul's. This is my 4th year. I was appointed an ambassador in my 2nd year, being 2019. And the last 3 years, I raised over 180,000. This year, my goal is to raise 100, and I'm matching everything dollar for dollar. And furthermore to that, we started a fundraising project called Brick by Brick, because I wanted to do more. So I bought a block of land in Geelong under St. Vincent's de Paul's name. I'm building a house and selling it. And for me, it was very lucky because there's no capital gains because it's for a charity. So I'm hoping to buy, build, pay off, sell for about $700,000 in the next year and a half. And that goes towards the charity as well. So we're doing some good things.
Oh man, that is pretty incredible, man. We got some folks in the house. What's up, Jason? Thanks for coming on to the show, everybody. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, Dimitri. Yeah, he said he just connected with you, Chris. And if you want to connect with Chris, his link is in the comments. Thank you, Dimitri, for putting that there. What's up, Tim? Thank you, my brother, for everything. But we got some folks, man, out here giving you some love too, man. I appreciate you for being on the show. Thank you, Joanna, for being here. And Brian, thank you, my friend, from Toronto. Way across the way. And so, Chris, man, we're talking about, impact, going through things, creating a legacy, and reaching back. Let's talk about brick by brick for a second, because I think the brick by brick concept, we can, that can be useful in a variety of ways. Well, why don't you talk about what that brick by brick is, and let's kind of dive into the concept.
2 years ago, I wrote a book, and this book basically has the Reventon formula. So I knew when I was younger how I bought 8 properties. I just used the formula and repeated it. Now, bearing in mind, I lost my revenue and I over leveraged and I made some mistakes, but the formula was solid. And that's how I've now started Reventon 16 years ago, helping people get into the property market. We've helped over 3,000 Australians now, sold over $1.2 billion worth of real estate, but by using a specific formula, which I've outlined in a book called Your Path to Wealth Brick by Brick. That's an Amazon bestseller across 3 categories. I'll show you a photo of it in a second towards the end of the podcast. But by the way, 100% of the proceeds, 100% of the funds raised for this book go towards charity as well. So every dollar raised, nothing gets taken. Every single cent goes towards brick by brick as well. So I wrote that as a give back strategy, but also I wanted to help as many Australians retire financially secure as possible. I can't do it alone. My team can't do it alone. So I'm going to put it in a book. So that's what Your Path to Wealth Brick by Brick is. I was at the groceries, and because you probably know already, I've got ADHD, so I'm always thinking. So I'm at the grocery shop on Toorak Road, and my wife's picking groceries with my kids, and I'm going to myself, I need to do something more than this Vinny CEO sleep out. What can I do? That's it. I'm going to buy a house and build it and donate it. And I'm going to call it Brick by Brick because of the book, Brick by Brick, because you build your wealth brick by brick by brick by brick. So I go, what a good marriage. So the fundraising project called Brick by Brick, in association with St. Vincent's de Paul's, was on the back of my book. The idea I had at a grocery shop on Toorak Road, because I thought I need to do more. And 2 things I was trying to establish by doing it. Beside the fact I wanted to give more, I wanted to do something different so CEOs can take notice and go, hang on a second, he's donating a house. We can do this too. We can get involved too. We can help. So It was more of I wanted to show that there's a lot of creative ways you can do things. It doesn't have to necessarily be just doing the Vinny CEO sleep out. It happened to be that I'm in real estate. It's pure fluke that it's a perfect marriage. Homelessness and real estate is a perfect marriage. It just happened to be that way. So people go, was that strategic? It wasn't, even though it sounds like it might be houses and homeless. It's just because I'm in real estate, so I thought nothing symbolizes homelessness better than a piece of real estate.
Wow.
But I'm buying it and selling it, donating those funds because it's the way I know how to raise money. It's the way I know how to build wealth.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it all happened.
Wow. That is pretty incredible. Brick by brick, man. It's a mindset. I think this is a mindset. And I think that, when I said success leaves clues, when it's our job to follow the trail. And I really believe that these platforms are so powerful because people get a chance to see what other people are doing, how they're utilizing their skills and talents, the kind of impact they're having. And sometimes it opens a door for them to go and take action. I'll be starting our nonprofit. We already have a nonprofit, but we'll be starting another leg of the nonprofit called Houses. And that's basically 3D printing homes. Because, I've been studying 3D printers for the last couple of years. Going to find out I can print a 2,500 square foot home for under $10,000 in a day. I said, wait a minute. Great. So if I purchase a bunch of land, okay, then I can 3D print the homes and put people inside of them. Dude, I'm so fired up by that idea. And but like you, all it takes is taking it from mind to matter, mind to action. What do you think the biggest thing that holds people back from taking action? Because I got a dream, right? I'm feeling good. I'm gonna go do it. But most people don't. Most people have something holding them back.
Yeah. Hardest part is this. Are you watching?
Yeah.
Grab a pen. Grab a piece of paper. Done the first thing. Take one small step towards your goal.
Yeah.
So for me, in the morning, what I do is I write my goals. I visualize them. I look in the morning, look in the night. I already know what goals are going to happen. I already visualized this house being built. I already know the next stage of what I'm going to do after this house. I've already seen. I haven't aired it before, but it's already up here. So it's taking small steps to create massive impact. So people go, oh, it's a whole house, 700 grand. How am I going to do it? The old adage is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
One bite.
How do you make a massive impact? One step at a time. Grab your pen, grab your phone, write down the thing, visualize it, and break it up step by step. And you're going to turn back in a year and go, well, did I go that far? The answer is yes, you will. The smallest action is more powerful than the greatest thought. So it's important to visualize it, write it down, and work towards it.
You better go back, man. You're not getting it. You say that again. You're going back to that one. What was that?
The smallest action is more powerful than the greatest thought, because thoughts don't become things without action. So by getting a pen and paper, or I'm old-fashioned, I'm old school, and I write something down, then I put it on, then I rewrite it, by the way, on my phone. Why do I rewrite it? Because the more times you see it, the more times you can visually see it, the more times you can visually believe it, and you can visualize that action. What action do I need to do to create that house? Well, I called up Vinny's. While I was in the shop, by the way, I called Vinny's. I said, hey, listen, I want a meeting with the lawyers. I want to do this idea. I don't know the legalities around it. Can you come to my office, please? We had meetings back and forth for 3 months. I knew the outcome. They go, look, there's a lot of legalities around it. And I thought, okay, how do we make this happen? Chris, we can't do this because of that. But how do we make this happen? Chris, we can't do this because of that. But how do we make this happen? And we came up with solutions across everything. And now the house is in Mount Dunedin, the block of land that we purchased. I'm negotiating with builders now because I want a cheap, not a cheap build, a cheaper build. I want them to throw in incentives. I want them to give me all these things so I can auction it off and make more money. So everything happens with, you got to first create it in your mind. And there's no such thing as a huge goal you can't attain, because everyone started from zero. Everyone started from something. When I started my business, I wasn't at zero. When people go zero to here, I was minus 348,000 to here. I wish I started from $0. I would have loved it. I would have been 348 grand better off. But I saw that it was better for me. That created a different animal, a different beast in my head. So for me, I was very grateful for my setbacks because they taught me a lot about me.
That's freaking awesome, man. Listen, we're going to do a clip here, folks, and then we're going to come back. And Chris, you're going to take us out with tell us a little bit about Relentless. When we come back, we're going to talk about Relentless, talk about like what that is, what it means to you. And then, boom, we'll get your final words, man. All right.
Done.
Stay here with us, folks. Be back in a second.
Our customer is a property management and real estate company. They used RPA as an accounts payable solution for their agency. This bot is used to send emails and text messages regarding daily updates for the owner's review. The bot will identify the records that have been updated, and it will go through each record to get the updated balance and description from the desired application. Once it receives the balances, the bot will send emails and text messages using this application to the owners. And this will help to keep the customer updated and the process running smoothly. This one process will save 4 full-time employees 3 hours a day. That is 60 hours a week and an ROI of 225%. Let's see what RPA can do for your business. Contact us today at rpa@scalethroughautomation.com.
Yeah, we are back. And ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, my co-host Wilson Rogers couldn't be here today, but because he has some things with his family. But he sends his love, sends his energy, and he sends his regards. And he says, "What's up to you, Chris?" And guys, we also changed our name. We changed our name. Thank you for everybody who voted. Appreciate those votes. We are now Simply Automate Incorporated, which we will be changing it very soon. I'm excited about that. We're also a corporation. We went from an LLC. Now we are a corporation, and we are just growing like crazy. And so I know this brother here, Chris, knows about growth. Maybe you can also give some encouragement and some insight on what to do when you're growing really fast. Sometimes you can grow too quick. I think growing too fast can be worse than not growing at all, because if you don't have the bandwidth to hold the growth, now you got stuff growing all over the place and it's falling everywhere. But that's another conversation. Man, thank you for being here again, Chris, man. Appreciate your time and sharing this insight. Let's talk about Relentless. Let's talk about Relentless, man, and what that is.
Relentless, look, my definition of relentless is you don't stop, you don't quit, you just keep moving forward. You cannot beat someone or defeat someone that doesn't quit. It's not possible. So for me, I put myself in positions of failure all the time. I put myself in positions where they go, there's no way Chris will pull this off, because for me, I want to challenge myself first and foremost, and I want to get better. So I want to show up. As long as you show up every day with the attitude that I'm going to be better than yesterday, every day, you can't lose. It's a recipe that you will always win or learn. So for me, I've always taken that approach. So if I'm dealing with someone when it comes to business, or when it comes to, here's an example, Mike, that I'm very passionate about. I set out to raise 40,000 in my first year doing Vinnies, 40,177. Second year, 60,000, 60,170. Third year, 80,000. During COVID, 82,177. This year, 100,000. I guarantee you categorically will be my 4th year in a row hitting it, because it's not possible to miss it, because I push it.
Wow. Man.
So that's how I think. That's how I see it. Being relentless is don't quit. There's only one person you need to be honest to. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. I don't really care what anyone thinks. I care what Chris Christofi thinks. If I show up and I'm honest to myself that I'm there every day, that I'm going to keep pushing forward, I'm okay with that. Whatever other people think, George Ross said it the best, who I met a couple times. What other people think of you is none of your business.
Yeah. I was going to say that when you were done. Man. What other people think about you is none of your doggone business. That's interesting. And sometimes, and very often, the biggest enemy is the inner.
The
biggest enemy is the inner me. I mean, I heard a pastor say that about 15 years ago. I was like, oh, that's it. Because we self-sabotage. I mean, we are the masters of self-sabotaging, right?
You mentioned at the start, Rob, flip that. Flip that script. You can be your biggest fan. You can be your biggest motivator, your biggest inspirer. You mentioned at the start of the show, flip that. I flipped that. I'm the biggest enemy. I'm going to be my biggest fan. So when I'm at a place where people go, he's not going to pull this through. That for me gets me excited. Chris isn't going to show up tomorrow. Guarantee one thing: Chris will be there tomorrow. And you know, if you repeat something, competence, your confidence will grow because you're competitive. You repeat a process.
Yeah.
And even like I mentioned this before, so I show that's your path to wealth brick by brick.
Yeah.
All this is a successful process you repeat. If you repeat a process over and over again, are you going to get better at it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you surround yourself with someone that can get better at something, will you get better at it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So for me, all I'm focusing on is progress, not perfection, because that's an illusion. I'm focusing on progress. And yeah, that's it. And it served me well in my personal life. It served me well in my business life. I also know there's a lot more work that I need to do personally as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Both the philanthropy section plus the wealth creation section. And there's a lot of work I need to do in myself because there's a lot of things that I'm trying to get better at.
Man, that's it. Self-reflection. You're doing some introspection, you know, seeing what we can fix, and then doing some course correction. I call that the fulfillment formula. It's three ingredients in the fulfillment formula: self-reflection, course correction, and humility. And so self-reflection, doing an introspection, you know, and then course correction is making the adjustments necessary once you introspect. Humility is the eyes and mind you got to have to be able to see it with the right eyes. If you're not looking through humble eyes, your self-correction and course correction is still going to be in the wrong direction. Feel me?
Hey, Rob, I got to say something. Even when I first met you, your energy is infectious. It's contagious. Love being on the show with you. And your energy is just awesome, mate. Just it's really, you don't meet many people that have that aura about them, and you definitely do. And I love talking to you.
I appreciate that. That made me feel good, man. Honestly, really straight up talk. This is one of the hardest days of my life for some reasons. A lot of stuff happening, like good and uncertain, but great. So today was like a real, like, it was crazy. Really, I had to find the way I know how to keep myself flowing. And obviously, when you hear stuff like that, man, it's like, oh, that's what's up, man. And this is why I tell people kindness is good. Because you never know what a kind word is going to be. You know, you never know. You don't even know. Like, I'm like, that felt good, man. Thank you.
Number one, kindness, manners, and respect. My father taught me. My mother taught me. And for me, I say one thing to my kids. I want two things from you as a human being. Number one, that you respect all human beings. You have the right manners, and you're polite no matter what position you're in or they're in. I want you to treat everyone the same. And number two, you follow everything with your heart and your passion. If my kids do those two things, I've succeeded as a father. I don't want anything else. Like my father was I don't know a human that can say a bad word about my dad. He's a gentle, giving, kind man.
That's nice.
That's what my father taught me.
Dang, that's good. Good stuff, man. Man, I love that. Appreciate you, Chris, man. This has been a fantastic conversation. I appreciate you. What's the best way for them to follow, get in contact? Like, how do you want? You are killing it on LinkedIn. First of all, I know that's where they got to go because you've just done something phenomenal in regards to LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, ladies and gentlemen, you need to be there. It is the platform where the people who are making moves are at. Chris has just done something phenomenal over the last couple of years. But what's the best place, man? What's the best place?
Reventon.com.au, chris@reventon.com.au. I'm not on much on social media. I only started 6 months ago on LinkedIn, and I've started to do a few things on LinkedIn and other platforms. LinkedIn's my main platform. I'd like to do a shout out to a friend of mine, Ahmed, who's helped me with my LinkedIn presence. Ahmed Imam.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. I resonated with him because he's a kind, giving soul, and it drew me to him because I love his message.
Yep.
So he's helped me have more of a presence on LinkedIn.
Man.
So I can't not mention the guy because
I was going to. I was just trying to find the appropriate time because Ahmed is just, he's an awesome guy. Like you said, he just the kind of person who gives back. He just started a series called, I think the Rising Star, where he highlights, somebody special. And he's launching another show. This guy's launching show up.
Leveling Up. He's got a lot of them, but more importantly, reach out to someone that's good in creating content that can help you. I wanted to share the message. So LinkedIn's my main platform to answer your question. LinkedIn is where you'll find me the most. Yeah. I post content 6 to 7 times a week. Sometimes I do more. But that's where you can reach out, and I'm happy to assist anyone in any way, shape, or form that I can.
Fantastic, Chris. Well, thank you for being here, man. I hope that you and I we can talk again. Maybe collaborate on something in the future. And maybe when I start printing some homes, man, I'll holler at you. We'll collaborate on a couple of philanthropic projects, man.
I'd love to. Have a beautiful day. I hope your listeners got something out of today. Thank you very much for your time, Rob. You're a legend. You're a gentleman. I'll speak to you soon, mate.
Chris, man. Peace out. Cheers to you, man. Chris Christofi, everybody. So I am super pumped about that conversation. And I was happy about the compliment. You know, it's always good to get some goodness your way because life can be freaking heavy. It's crazy. You never know what people are going through, man. You just don't know. You have no idea. And so I hope you got something out of this. I hope that you were listening. Follow Chris. You know what he's doing in business and in life. I just think it's phenomenal and it's inspiring, encouraging. And what the heck else do we have to do besides encourage and inspire? All right. So in regards to encourage and inspire, we're gonna close this show out by just giving you some notes here. Our affiliate program is open. We have people who are sharing our software and our services, and people are getting help. Businesses, there's people who are coming to work and used to be on the computer like this for hours. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. They were doing that and now they're not. Now those people are doing people things like, customer service, networking, something of value, bringing value to themselves and the company. It's a win-win situation with what we're doing here. RPA is just a game changer. Check this out.
The entire business economy was impacted by the pandemic. Trying to adjust to our new business culture and make the right choices can seem overwhelming. But the need to understand technology and automation today is a must if you want to stay competitive. Companies gain an immediate advantage over their competitors once they understand how to implement RPA into their current activities. Scale through automation has made it easy to gain this knowledge and to implement automation so you can have the time to focus on your business, adjustments, and its growth. This is where STA affiliates can impact their clients' businesses and fast. Simply share your clients' needs with us and we'll show you how RPA can create big wins for them in a very short period of time. According to Gartner, over 50% of all businesses will have some sort of RPA implementation by 2027. Don't you think you owe it to your clients to make sure they have this information? The training and support you get through our affiliate program will allow you to make a difference in your client's business while improving your RPA knowledge and receiving a nice residual along the way. Set up a 30-minute affiliate consultation to see how RPA can have an immediate impact on your client's business and your life. We have the blueprint. Join our team.
So, I mean, that is the blueprint. The blueprint is share this with anyone who has a business and they're going to be very happy that you did. This is not like, oh yeah, this is some software that we might have to take a look at somewhere. No, according to Gartner, like within the next few years, over half of all businesses will have it. Business automation. So, because you got to do it. I mean, just think about it. If you have a business, right? Let's say you got an ice cream shop and it's just you and your 2 kids and grandma's getting it. She's taking her vitamins. You, your 2 kids, and grandma. Okay, you, 2 kids, grandma. It's 4 of you. And let's say your ice cream shop, you, your 2 kids, and grandma. The ice cream shop across the street, down the block, is 4 people too. but they also have 4 robots. They got 4 digital employees. Digital employees work much faster than humans, and they're more efficient. And so now you got 8. What do? What happens to the business that's using technology? And what happens to the businesses that are not? The businesses that are not going to be around. They're going to be the Netflixes. There's a link in the comments right now. Thanks, D, for our affiliate program. Become affiliate. Just click the link. Set up a call. And we'll see if you're a good fit. If you feel like you're a good fit, and we'll see if you are interested. Once you understand what this is. I mean, this is a brand new. RPA is not brand new in its existence, but it's pretty new in regards to like the common people. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody knew what RPA is. No, nobody knew what that was. I'm live. You want to say something?
I'll say hi.
Okay.
RPA is really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks, babe. It is really good. And so if you don't have the technology, then your company is just not gonna be able to operate. It's not gonna be efficient because there's too many manual things that need to be done, and there's too many things that need to be done. And so the point behind this is, if you are somebody who knows people in business or you're a business consultant, the affiliate program will be good for you because this will be a very good way to generate revenue, mainly because this service is quite possibly the stickiest service of all times. Listen to me. I know sticky means this. Like once you have it, you don't get rid of it. Like, let me give you an example. So a website would be a very sticky service. So if you like sold websites, you'd be like, yeah, I sell sticky service. So people pretty much will stay around, meaning they don't get rid of it. They need it. It's a service that sticks to them and their needs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, RPA, according to Gardner and the Technology Family Feud, #1 answer for sticky services, bing, 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 RPA, ladies and gentlemen, robotic process automation. And why, you say? Because RPA helps people get more done in less time and make more money with less energy. All you do is win, 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 no matter what. So why would you get rid of it? You don't. You wouldn't. It's like getting rid of money. I don't want this. I want this money. It's like being hungry and just getting rid of food. Nope, not for me today. No, I'm not going to eat. No, it sticks. So I think I've clarified. Have I clarified how much it sticks? So we got a good show for you on Thursday too. Got Kim and Lolo coming out, going to talk about what they're doing, and they're also helping the community. We got so many people that's doing it. Oh, and they're in property management, real estate too. Oh, it's supposed to be the theme this week. So anyway, links there in the comments. Click it. If you're interested in becoming an affiliate, set up an appointment. I think that's it for today. That's it. We had our webinar. We'll drop that replay on here as well soon on our business page. We had our webinar today, our monthly webinar. And besides that, that's it. So I hope you got something out of this. I hope it was hope you took some notes, and I hope you're going to take some action. Because here's the deal. Words are words. Action moves things. Words are words. But action is what moves things. So keep that in mind. And think about all the things that you've been thinking about.
Patrick works in the account.
That's funny. The technology came after me. Think about what you're thinking about. Okay? Think about what you are thinking about. Is it stinking thinking? Stop thinking it. Think about what you're thinking about. Peace and love, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Business Empowerment Podcast, the show that keeps you in the know with what you need to know in business and technology and for yourself so you can grow. Welcome to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm your host, Rob House, and my co-host, Wilton Rogers. Got insight for miles.
miles and miles.
We'll give you what you need to know.
Get ready for the Business Empowerment Podcast.